All right, Rebels, week 3 of distance learning. Sequence and series is the name of the game this week. Let me teach you about that a little bit. Let's say you have a sequence of numbers 1, 3, 5, 7. 3 dots means etc. in math. Pattern's going to go on forever. Well, what we do here is we refer to the first term in the sequence as a sub 1. Second term in the sequence, a sub 2. Third term, a sub 3. 3 is the subscript. Fourth term in the sequence, a sub 4. What sequence is this? Well, you would say a sub n, where n is any number, any subscript, is equal to. All right, you got to take a look at the pattern that's going on here. The numbers are going up by 2 each time. So you're going to say 2 times n. All right, so 2 times n. Now, what if n is 1? If n is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, right? But we don't have a 2 there. We actually have a 1 there at a sub 1. So what we need to do is we need to subtract 1. And that particular equation, if you will, a sub n equals 2n minus 1, would describe any number in this sequence. And you could check your answer too. Let's say your subscript is 4. 2 times 4 is 8, minus 1 is 7. Bingo, we have a 7 right there. You can also think of this as being like the 0th term. If you were to go backwards one term, what would be there? It would be a negative 1. All right, so that's kind of the first thing you need to know. Second thing you need to know in this particular section is summing up a series. Let's say we're summing up from n equals 1 to n equals 3, and then let's say that a sub n is 2n minus 1, like we just had right here, right? Let's sum this up from n equals 1 to n equals 3. Now here's what this means. You'd have 2 times 1 minus 1, that's the first term in the sequence, plus 2 times 2 minus 1, plus 2 times 3 minus 1. So in other words, we are summing up the first 3 terms in the sequence. We're summing up the first 3 partial sums. And what would we get? We would get 1 plus 3 plus 5, and the answer would be 9. If anyone's ever taken computer science or is taking it right now, this kind of reminds you of loops, possibly. It's an iterative process. All right, so that's it for the first video. I'll be back with the second video as well. We're going to have another worksheet this week, just kind of like last week, except because Friday there's no school, we're going to try to abbreviate things, get everything done like a little bit quicker this week. Next week there's no spring break. We have school because we're trying to get out of school on time in June, so we will have school next week. And I'll have more details on your assignment soon.